The main event of this AEW Dynamite was Ruby Soho versus Tony Storm versus Dr. Britt Baker. DMD.
Hmm.
So we
This
wondered.
match was kind of not fun to me. I'm gonna just say that right now.
I felt like they did a good job in the start telling a story, but the way that it ended just kind of felt lame.
Yep.
So first out was Tony. She had Saraya with her. They find a fan at ringside with the DMD sign. Grab the sign, grab the fan. They're about to paint an L on her. Ruby music come out. She's out there for the save. And then we get DMD in all of her glorious pyro.
Jeez, her pyro that lasts as long as Goldberg's. I was like, God damn, who's next?
Who's next? So when I said like I thought the story was really good, it's because like in the beginning they both were trying to get Ruby to side with them. They kept trying to work with her. So Tony would hold Britt. Ruby would be like, nah, and then she'd try to roll up Tony. Britt would do something to Tony, and then they say, let's attack Tony together. She tried to roll up Britt. So she just really was out there to win a match. She wasn't trying to side with anybody.
Yeah, and that was definitely the story of the match. It just, yeah, it did. I think they did a really good job in the early bits of it, but as we got to like the middle, like towards the meat, I was like, it was losing my attention.
I feel like
And I
when
don't
they
like
did
that.
the joint cloverleaf and lockjaw spot was when I really started to feel like a difference in the rest of the match because then it just got weirder.
Mm-hmm.
Rhea jumps in, breaks up the submission, but then Jamie goes to hop in and go for Tony. Rhea hits, I don't know what the move's called, but hits something on Britt.
Yeah, Jamie gets the Sanjay Dutt treatment and gets knocked right back out the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is our women's world champion that just gets knocked around like a nothing.
Then we get something even more awkward. Rhea painting Tony Storm's ass in the middle of the ring.
Yes. And she forgot to shake the spray can, so hardly any actual paint came out.
The whole point
So
was, and they said it was like in an L, but you really couldn't see anything, like you said.
yeah, there was like almost an L on it, like a faint L. Like it was like if you had a stain on your clothes and you put them in the wash and a little bit of it still left after you wash them.
You said she forgot to shake up the spray paint can. It was almost like an empty spray paint can too. It was coming out that little.
Yeah. Yeah, there was no, what they were supposed to be doing, I guess, was that she was painting the L on Tony's butt and then she was going to put her butt in Britt's face so that Britt had an L on her face, and that's not what happened.
Because she definitely did the hip check right after.
Yeah, it just no. I think they should just scrap the whole L loser Mean Girls thing that they're doing. Just scrap that part.
Like
you can be heels without being Mean Girls.
Like, how can we make this really work? Let's be Mean Girls, but also try to be the NWO.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna scrap the We gotta scrap that spray paint thing. Stop, please. SOS.
But after the hip attack, Ruby's able to actually throw Tony out of the ring directly into Saraya, so that way it wiped out Saraya and get the pin on Britt. That wasn't the end of our awkwardness.
I mean, the person that was just there to get a win got a win. Everybody else had some other motive. It makes sense.
Then both Saraya and Jamie get in the ring, and they're all in her face, like trying to get her to take sides, and she's just like screaming that she's over it, and just kind of left alone in the ring. Time Dynamite.
Yeah. Well, so some of the motions that they were making there lets you know that Ruby's getting a title shot and possibly a triple threat with Saraya. But Ruby's definitely getting a title shot, as Jamie was holding the belt in her face and she did the
So what? Maybe Britt versus Tony on the pre-show at Revolution and a triple threat for the title on the actual card?
I think Britt Tony wouldn't be on a pre-show.
I'm just trying to think if they would do anything with them in general. If it's not that, if that's the case, I don't know if it goes on the main card, because you also got to figure out what Jade's doing.
That's true.
And you do have a 1 hour Iron Man match for the main event.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that we have an hour match for the main event. So that's hopefully gonna shorten some of the rest of that, because dog, I'm gonna just have to have us some blankets ready to just pass out during the main event.
The main event's when it turns into a slumber party.
Yeah. So I'm like, yep, you're just gonna have to be ready for it. Get your sleeping bag ready. But yeah. Britt Tony. I don't know. Yeah, it could be a pre-show, I guess. Especially if, because you'll have to have Jade on the show too.
And we know Hangman versus Mox is happening.
Mox is on there. The Jericho and Ricky Starks match is the Jericho match, because I was just gonna say, I'm just thinking of people that have to have a match.
And Jericho's not gonna be pre-show, no matter what.
Right. Never ever. Jungle Boy Christian.
Honestly, for all I care, that could be a pre-show match.
Probably have. That's cold, but yeah, I feel you.